Alright, with that last video, the fleet video uploaded, I didn't expect it to blow up that much. Thank you everybody for watching that. It's absolutely crazy, but I did leave out some things. In the comments, people had a lot of questions, so today we're just gonna look over those and answer those. Because the fleet system, I feel like there should be a tutorial for it. Anyways, no nonsense, let's get into the questions. Magic Man 95 says, if you have positive rep, plunder is named patrol, just for anybody who couldn't find the option. It's not a question, I just wanted to tell you guys that there's some like this in the video, so. Random DJ 7 says, I recommend everyone getting your fleet the max research as stated in the Trello, because if you get max research, you get new features that you couldn't get without the research. So, you get the Dark Sea content and more new areas. You also get the rowboat and the flare gun, but the most important one is the Raven, or the Crow, he calls it, which you can notify your deckhands what you want them to do without having to go to them every single time. Pretty overpowered, I recommend it. That's not a question, that's another statement. We'll get into the questions shortly, I swear. Alright, T9655 says, I have a few questions. Is there a way to keep the ship and dismiss a deckhand to get back to your ship? What happens if you dismiss a deckhand and your ship is full? What power do you get, Briggs? Where do I get clear stones and notebooks to level up the deckhands? And he's asking, how do I also get gems? It's pretty simple. If you want to keep the ship and dismiss the deckhand, you can't keep the ship, but you can keep the deckhand if you have an open slot. So if you have 3 out of 4 people on your main ship, like the one you actually use. And the second question, I just answered that. If you dismiss a deckhand and you have 4 on your ship, it'll delete the deckhand you just dismissed forever. Like, it's just gone permanently. What power do you get, Briggs? You don't get Briggs at a specific power. You just need 32 inactive members. You can check that if you go to your ship menu. And I think in the top right, if it says 32 or more inactive members, you can capture a brig. So if you want to capture a brig and you can't right now, dismiss some of your ships so you have 32 extra. For clear stones and notebooks, you get clear stones at Mount Orpheus. I think that's the best area to do it. In the Nimbus Sea, you can go to Mount Orpheus from like the northern side, and inside of there there's some cave bears, but there's no fog in there, so it's a lot easier to farm those 24/7. That's what I do. For notebooks, you need to find a merchant ship. You need to sink them, aboard the ship, and then talk to the merchant NPC to get the books from him. And for rare gems, I have a video about that. It's just that no one watched it because it's old. It's like outdated, honestly. But if you go to Samaria at the traveling caravan, you can buy gems from him. But for gems, you can also get them from chests randomly. Diving spots, if you break the rocks, you can get them, but it's very rare. I would recommend just doing the Samaria, the caravan one. Neferu, I think his name is. I buy my gems from him all the time. It's also a good source of money if you craft them. Flowlay T7I, I think, says, wait, you're telling me that I don't have to upgrade 1 task to level 10? I can upgrade 2 and then make my fleet level 10? Yeah, it's true. You don't need to focus 1 task. You can do like 2 tasks and level those up to 5, or you can do like 3 and level those all up to like, I'm kind of bad at math, but you know what I mean? You can divide it up. So if you have 5 tasks, they all only have to be level 2. Do we need high rank deckhands? Is it fine to use random deckhands? There's a rumor going around that you need high rank deckhands, but honestly, if you're just starting your fleet out, like if you're brand new and super impatient, you don't need to, but I greatly recommend that you just do it, because you never know what they could change. Because in the future, I'm not sure if there's like any secrets or anything, because no one knows yet, but I'm sure this will have an effect, so I do recommend having maxed out deckhands just in case, because it's a pain to redo it. So this guy is asking, what is this? Psy Modulus is asking, how does minimize risk actually become sustainable? He tried doing it, didn't get any money, and he would lose money. So it's a little complicated explanation. Basically, minimizing risk versus maximizing, right? The way minimizing risk is more sustainable, and the reason why you're not getting any money is because all the money you're getting is going back to your fleet. It means that you're not earning enough money if you're not getting any extra at the end of the day. So what you need to do is you need to do a task that gives you more money. So I recommend for this guy, you do a trading task and you get more people in your fleet, like I'd say 1,000. I do that, like that's my new method, because I'll explain it later. But I do trading, 2 resting, 1 plundering, plundering for followers, trading for money, plus the money they get from trading gets reinvested to the fleet, so I don't have to repair it as much, and I get a lot more just from daily. Alright, next one. Masked Guy asks, guys, what tasks should I pick first for the fleet? I said exploration or gathering. If you're trying to level up your fleet and get good loot, I would do this. But if you're like brand new and have no money, I would do trading, honestly. I think something I skipped over in the first video was how important trading is. Trading is insanely overpowered, guys. Like, the more you level up your fleet, the more money you get. With minimized risk though, I'm getting like over 10 grand a day just by doing trading though. That's with like maybe 2,000 fleet size almost. So it's a little risky. You're probably not going to drag in a whole lot of money, like I stated, until you level up your fleet like farther to where I am, but it's a good method to start with trading, honestly. Apolylotion asks, when I sink ships sometimes, like brigs, why can't I repair them and add them to my fleet? I answered this earlier, I'm pretty sure already. I just gathered these screenshots by the comments, by the way, so they're kind of out of order. But you need 32 inactive followers, that's it. I answered this one already too, from QBB9M. If you dismiss a deckhand and your ship's already full, it's gone. Riser Dawn asks, so should I do 2 recover, 1 conquest, 1 patrol, or 2 recover, 1 conquest, 1 trading? Isn't the first one sustainable because patrol regenerates food and supply? Why are some people doing trading over patrol or plunder, even if it gets more money and it's not self-sustaining? This one's a big one. It's a very minor difference. I was actually thinking about this last night. So the difference between patrol and trading is that patrol, you will gain passive followers. But if you're doing the same setup as swapping out for trading, you're getting only money. But your crew, I'd say, is honestly more sustainable, because if your ship, if your crew, like your followers, is over 2,000 people, then I would do trading over plundering if you're trying to maximize profit. So like I'll do harvesting, trading, and then 2 rest, you know, the normal setup. But you see, trading replaces plunder. That's only if you have a lot of people though. I would only do this if you have a lot of members and you know that you wouldn't need too much more, like you're not trying to upgrade it. Like this is for money, but also the thing about this is that you will need to monitor more to make sure like the strength is not going down or anything. But I do notice that trading has a really low strength requirement. Dustin asks, all of my command ships are brigs. Is it necessary to have my fleet and vice command ships be brigs? I would recommend your first 4 ships, your command ships, always brigs. Your vice ships, also brigs. Your fleet ships, I would get them to brigs if you can. Some people don't have money, but if you have like over 1,000 grand, I'd say, and you're generating enough just to stay on there, keep grinding those brigs, because eventually it will pay out. I literally gave someone 10 grand last night just because they were my friend. I was like, you know, Mr. Beast mode. Like, you do get a lot of money from it. RR3D942 asks, are there any benefits to having maxed out ship captains? I already answered this. Oops. It's Peely asks, what level can you get conquest? You need to upgrade your task levels past 5, or you know, I said that wrong. You need to upgrade your task levels to a combined level of 5. So like 3 harvesting and 2 exploring, that will get you conquest. Zester6066 asks, I'm currently at 1.2 followers. I have a mix of brigs and catches. Should I move all the catches for brigs? In the long run, yes, you want to. I would say always and only have your fleet, no, what is it? Your command ships and your vice command be brigs. Your fleet has more leeway though. But if you can, I highly recommend doing brigs. Only do catches if you're desperate. William Langdon 1132 asks, if I dismiss a sailboat commander, I already answered this. Next one. What's the quickest way to hit level 5? I recommend doing trading. Do trading and mix it up though. So trading is really low strength and gives you money. So I'll try to milk that as much as possible. Get like trading level 3, and then I'll do maybe exploration or harvesting, because the passives on those are really good. Wheat Hole asks, he says, I heard trading is more efficient than plundering than getting galleons. And this is actually true. Trading is way more efficient than plundering for getting galleons in my experience. I've gotten a lot more. The only difference between trading and plundering is that trading will give you items. It will also give you money, but it will not refill your supplies. It will use the money you get to refill your supplies with minimized risk, but that's it. I do recommend doing trading for money though. Plunder is mostly for followers. User FM5DN something asks, why is your command ship's 28k HP but mine are only 18k or lower? The reason is that when you capture a brig, if it's in like eligible to go into your command or vice command ship, it will have the maximum HP that you killed it at or like you sank it at inside your fleet. But for the fleet ships, those are only the fleet, like the ship type. So a brig has a minimum of 18k, so every single fleet ship you have will be 18k HP no matter what, but the first 2 layers will be kind of varied with the HP. But the way that works is that when your fleet power goes up, so will your ship health. But I'm also pretty sure that over time your ships will upgrade themselves with parts they find, but this is not confirmed. It's just something I noticed, that the parts kind of move around randomly. Cold Squad is awesome. Asks, can catches in your fleet go to the Dark Sea? They can, but I wouldn't recommend it. They will probably die. Honestly, I'm sorry. It's just true. Try taking a catch to the Dark Sea. MKE5998 asks, what's your method of farming brigs? I never see any. If you go to, I'd say south of Samaria, like near Fort Montu, Shale Reef area, or kind of like north of Samaria, just stay like near Samaria, kind of like circle between that, like in the islands around there, because you'll see a lot of ships just doing that in your render distance. The method though is do that, have a clear sight potion, and put your render distance at 250% in the settings. That's the method though. If you don't have clear sight potions, talk to the Brotherhood of Balance. They sell a lot of glass pearls. They're super easy to get. They're really cheap too. Do that though, and also another tip is that if you see a ship like the the Paramount Banker ship, sink that, it will spawn 1 or up to 2 brigs of the golden ones, which is like their military to go after. You can sink those and add them to your fleet, but they do really have a low HP, so. The Felon asks, how do you even get a fleet? You do add a repentance quest at level 50, level 150. Swalty asks, do fleets work offline? No, they don't. And that's it. Yeah, that's about it for questions today though. If you guys have any more in the comments, just let me know. I'll try and reply to them, but I think I should have covered almost everything here. The new changes though in the upcoming hotfix is that Conquest, I think I mentioned this earlier very loosely, Conquest has been nerfed out greatly, dude. Like, you do not get as much shield chests as you would before. So I recommend doing trading if you want your gains now, because with Conquest, you sell those chests, like the contents of those into auction. But since that is so heavily nerfed, I wouldn't recommend it. But I do recommend doing Conquest for your first passive for the 15% more ship resistance though. It's very much worth it.